Okay, good morning to everyone. It is a beautiful Thursday morning. This is your 14th Reachback answer video for fractions and decimals. So let's get right into it. Your first question has the sum or the addition of 3/10 and 1/4. So as always, if we're going to add those two fractions together, the first thing we need to do is find a common multiple, because with that common multiple, we're going to be able to find a common denominator. The first number that shares a common multiple is 20. So we're going to use 20 as our common denominator. If you use 40, that still works. Just means your answer won't be in lowest terms. Once we have that, we're going to take our fractions and create equivalent fractions. We're going to take our other fraction, create an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 20. Once we have that, add our numerators, keep our denominator, and your answer is 11/20. Your second question is the exact same style of question, except this time we're subtracting. So if we went and did the common multiples that 10 and 3 share, the first multiple they share would be 30. The equivalent fraction to this would be 21/30. Take away 10/30, which is 11/30. Question 3, we have the product of a mixed fraction and a whole number. So we're going to, two ways you can do it. You can multiply both the whole number by 6 and the fraction by 6. Or alternatively, you could just multiply the fraction, the improper fraction, by 6. If you consider 6 to be 6/1, then when you multiply the numerators, you get 30. The denominators, you get 3. And 30/3 is simply, in lowest terms, the number 10. Question 4, we have a fraction multiplication question. Now, it says make sure it's in lowest terms. So you could, if you wanted to, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators, and then take that answer and then reduce it to lowest terms. But the reason why we chose this question is because cross reduction here works really well. If we think about 2/62, and we reduce that to lowest terms, we'd have 1/31. If we reduced 33/11 to 3/1, we would end up with a final answer of 3/31, which is your answer in lowest terms. Question 5, we have the division of a fraction, in this case a mixed fraction, by a whole number. Change it to an improper fraction. And consider 5 to be 5/1. The easiest way we could do it, we could find a common denominator of 3 and divide the numerators. Or, alternatively, keep the first fraction and multiply by the reciprocal. That gives you a final answer of 7/15. Question 6, we have the subtraction of decimals. Remember, when you are working with decimal numbers, line up your decimals and then subtract using the algorithm you used way back in grade 4 or 5. Your final answer is 0.84. Question 7, you have the sum. Again, when you're adding or subtracting, line up all your decimals. 6, 7, 9, 10, 3, 3.0976. Question 8. For this, use an estimation. So 6 times 4 would be a pretty close estimation. So our estimation is roughly 24. Drop your decimals and multiply. Put your decimal according to where it would be closest to your estimation. And that's your final answer. Question 9, the division. So 96.6 divided by 6. How many 6s in 9? There's 1. How many 6s in 36? There's 6. How many 6s in 6? There is 1. So your answer is 16.1. And finally, your last answer, what is the square root of 96 approximately? Remember, the symbol means approximately. So if we think about a number line, the square root of 81 would have been 9, and the square root of 100 would be 10, and the square root of 96 is probably around here. So 9.8 will be my guess. Take a calculator just to see how close we were. Square root of 96 is 9.8. Right on the nose. So, thank you guys for watching the answer video. As always, make sure you maintain good social distancing, wash your hands frequently, and since you're isolated with your parents, please don't let your boomer parents drive you crazy.